I got to lean in.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another recap review for The Lean. We're here for Wednesday Night Live, as Chase used to call it, for the Housewives of Beverly Hills. I'm here with Chase. And
Hey,
sorry, love, I didn't unmute you, my bad. Okay, here we go. How you doing, love? Hear me?
Yep, I can hear you.
I think there's a bit of lag on your end. I'm not gonna lie to you, so it seems a little bit delayed.
Go in and go out.
Try to come back in. It should fix it. But in the meantime, Chase, how are you?
I'm good. I'm so happy to be back. You know, love. She got to jump in, jump out, introduce herself. But I'm glad to be here. Let's talk about it. Can I just say very briefly that I have really watched Beverly Hills the last couple of episodes that I've been going over and over again, and I still don't get it.
You still don't get it?
No.
What don't you get?
What are we so mad about?
You know, I don't know. Maybe in this little,
Get some clarity.
Recap, we can get some clarity and figure out what's going on. But honestly, I don't know. People are coming to me, they be so excited to talk about certain things, and honestly, I'm just not that excited about it because I just haven't found a connection to what's going. Now, I do feel like this next half of the season
it's gonna be better.
It's gonna be better. I can kind of sense it's gonna be better. So for that, I'm like, okay, but the whole Dorit and Kyle thing, I have not been into from the beginning at all. You back with us,
Mama getting the thing jumped off.
Is this better? Can you hear me?
Yay.
It's better. You're not lagging. You're good. You look vivacious. How are you?
I'm fabulous. I got my little Shaka Khan ponytail in for my Black History Month. I'm doing good.
I know that's right. Well, I got my Shaka Khan, hat on.
And I just had my shot of tequila, so we all
okay. I know that's right. Everybody got a shot. And where is
Shasha? Don't mention that name, child.
They used to like Shot back in the day.
I used to like to annoy you guys with that video. Remember that video I used to play? Shasha is going on.
Yeah. All right, y'all. If you're in the chat right now, I see Art World and Amanda, two of my favorite mods. I know Sass-K is usually here too. Well, Sass-K is right here. I'm skipping right over.
Hey, Sass-K.
Amanda, Sass, and Art World are in the chat. Shout out
girls.
to them, keeping y'all in line in there, making sure y'all ain't cussing and doing nothing crazy, talking to us crazy because we don't allow that. Durga is in the chat. Priya, who else in the chat? Love, is this you? Love?
No, but hey, sister.
Oh, there's a love in the chat. We got one love and we got love and love. Okay.
Hey, love.
Well, anyway, we watching right now. Make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. We're here to talk about episode 10. So we're like halfway through the season. Of course, if you're watching Potomac, that's on Mondays. There would not be an episode this upcoming Monday because of the Super Bowl. Next week we will have Beverly Hills and then Salt Lake City. Tomorrow is the last one. So if you're watching Salt Lake City, tomorrow is the last one for this season. Been a really great season. Tune in. And I've said a couple times now, I want to make sure because he's here. If you're watching Real Housewives of Atlanta, we will not, as in the Lean, will not be reviewing Real Housewives of Atlanta. I suggest that you all tune into our very own Chase, his channel, to review because it's just not something I'm interested in. I know that Chase is going to do the show justice. You probably going to be better than what they're giving on the show. That's just what I feel. So, yes.
Well, thank you. Before we get started, I want to say give yourself a pat on the back because, baby, the people say that y'all had pulled Salt Lake City off the thing, but y'all got right back in there and stuck it right up their ass. And stuck it right up there behind. And you guys did an amazing review. I love tuning in to watch you guys break down Salt Lake City every week.
I appreciate it. It was definitely on the chopping block, and not because we didn't want to review it, but the availability. But we pushed on through, and we made it done that we did. It's actually probably the most rewarding of the shows on right now.
Yes, y'all really do a good job. I think it shows when you like what you do. So let's move on. But yes,
yeah. Okay, so in this episode, we get this little montage of Dorit and PK's relationship. The last 9 years. Did y'all feel sad? Did y'all get sad at all? Did y'all feel any kind of way? Seeing how
fast forward. I don't even know what happened. Fast forward.
You fast forwarded.
Damn.
Now, are you saying or you just didn't watch? Which one is it?
I fast forward.
Okay, well, Chase, did you watch it?
I watched it and I did not care. Like, it's so crazy because like a lot of those montages when the couples are getting divorced, she be like, "Oh my God!" Like, or when the
Right.
children grow up, you're like, "Oh my God!" Like
Yeah,
even when they did the montage, like we're gonna go way back to some couples that had no business being together. Like, I got emotional for Phaedra and Apollo. I got emotional
yeah.
because we really went through it with them, and I don't feel like that with PK and Dorit. Like and we went through a lot with PK and Dorit. Don't get me wrong, but I'm not. It's not something that I was emotionally attached to.
Okay,
With
that's
Erica's
what I didn't.
panties
I
in
had
the
to ask.
montage.
I didn't feel
Mhm.
much myself. I just felt for not them, but just seeing that and knowing that these things do happen. You be in these long-term relationships, and sometimes you just wake up and that's not your person anymore. And that's why that's what I was sad about, not necessarily about Dorita PK. No.
Well, yeah, in that sense of the matter, just stripping away who it is,
Yeah,
and on a basic human level, it is definitely sad to see
yeah.
something not work out. But the writings was on the wall. No Destiny's Child for a very long time with those two. We've seen it for years.
Okay. Well, love, I'll move on. I know you fast forwarded, so we ain't got to sit here no longer.
Good Lord, girl. Hold on, before we move forward, we're gonna stay no longer. But girl, how you fast forward and gonna review the thing?
It's a montage. I don't want to see. Was Erica's panties in the montage? I knew.
Oh Lord.
Okay, all right,
No,
Was
Lord.
her
all
panties in?
right.
Okay then.
Okay, so we see the first thing we get is Sutton, and Sutton is going to be going to Augusta. She wants Garcelle and Kyle to go. She invites Garcelle, and they decide that they're gonna, also extend the invite to Kyle as well. Basically, she wants to go and meet or have a conversation with her mother. We know that her relationship with her mother is not horrible, but it's not the best. She just never felt supported from her mother. And so her mother's 82 and she's getting old. So she wants to kind of close that gap of, the disconnect that they have. Now apparently her mom supports her ex-husband almost more than Sutton. But maybe not him, but maybe his money. I don't know. Not like, Sutton out here just broke. She no single black woman that's on WIC or, food stamps. It's like, but whatever. That's the way she feels. So we get that scene that's going to happen later on, but she only invites Garcelle and Kyle. I expected Garcelle. I was surprised on the Kyle. That's just me. Then we get, and I'll put these things together because it's like, little small things. We get a scene with Dorit and Bose. Now, Bose is Dorit's best friend. And, over the last month, I've seen like a lot of chatter about Bose. People love her, people don't like her for different reasons. We can get into that later. But in this particular scene, Dorit obviously brings up Sutton cutting her off. Last week when they were headed to Garcelle's event, Dorit was telling the group about how Jagger came to know about the divorce. And so Sutton was like, all right, girl, we got to go. That sounds good enough. And it's so funny. Just a side note, my best friend told me that is so me. And I was like, last week on live, I said that is so me because it is so me. It's like, listen, hey, I know myself. I'll just say that.
So wait a minute. Somebody's like giving their thing, and you're like, I 10 by 10.
Well, not necessarily. It just depends on the situation, but more than likely, I'm sticking to what we had planned. It's like we got to get to
Like
this.
it's a time thing. I get.
Especially with like if you have a Dorit sitting right there, it's like okay, let's just. And it's not like the conversation could continue in the car. Like come on, we ain't got to sit here in the kitchen and listen about Jagger that we don't even know how Jagger got this information anyway. Like he's freaking 30 years old. He's only 11, 10. That's the
Baby Jagger gonna get his tea.
Dorit kept trying to go. Sutton kept being like, okay, well, we got to hurry up, you guys. I mean, we just got to hurry up. I was like, damn, Dorit, just go, girl. Get out of there.
Yeah. And I mean, like Durga says, Sutton tried to, they said, people in the comments said that everything that Dorit is experiencing, Sutton mentioned it in the past, and Dorit saw it as being like her being mean, and now it's happening. So Sutton's like, I don't give a damn.
But that's very true. I think that has something to do with it as well as Sutton. The only social clues Sutton is aware of are her own. And y'all know I love Sutton. But if it is not directly involving Sutton, 9 times out of 10, it's going to be very hard for her to care. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Very hard for her to care. So I think that was a combination and a culmination of both. Like, I already told you, girl, he was going to find out. Hell, I'm the one that gave him the tea.
Not you think allegedly that Sutton gave Jagger the tea.
I wouldn't put it past her. She messy girl. I love Sutton.
Listen,
Allegedly.
I don't believe Jagger knew that. I don't think he knows what a divorce is. Personally, I don't think
It was
that's
a made up story.
Absolutely. Dorita's a liar.
like I had this conversation with a friend. He said that he doesn't know Dorit to be a liar. I said, well, I just don't think you know Dorit.
Which Dorit is he talking about?
I don't know.
Because Dorit would have said, you know what, Sutton, you were absolutely correct that you said that he would know. Or something like that.
Yeah.
She didn't even do that. She was like, y'all, let me tell you what Jagger told me.
Right, like that's what I'm
That's
saying
not
last
Dorit.
week.
That's
It's
not
not
Dorit.
like Jagger is out here getting
That's a good
train
point.
messages and getting motivational quotes sent to his Instagram. Like what? Like come on now. He's 10 or 11 o'clock. I'm just saying. I mean 10 or 11 years old. I said 11 o'clock. Quick shout out to Marina who is watching on the plane. That's some good Wi-Fi. You got to be flying Delta. I'm just saying.
Oh,
If you're on the plane, but
baby,
thank you.
it's got to be that. If you
And
flying Delta, get you a margarita bond like me and Cortez like them.
I like them. They still make those?
I don't know, but they're amazing.
I used to love them things. And
Love
like
them.
she said, don't forget to hit that like button.
Yes.
Listen to
From the
Marina.
sky, girl. From the sky.
All right, so to continue that, yes, so Dorit is telling Bose about that, about her cutting her off. And then she also talks about how she reached out to PK about, Jagger and her daughter, but no response. So she sent another text message, and PK replied back and was like, "I'm at a wedding. What the hell you want?" Like he said, "I'm at a wedding. Have a good day. Have a nice day." And so she's like, "Well, wow. Like, when did I become the enemy?" She thinks that, and Bose kind of mentioned it too, that at some point he's just gonna pop up and say, "Let's get a divorce," because the way that the thing that she's under the impression of right now is that they are separated. And I'm like, this don't sound like much of a separation. I mean, a separation means we're gonna take time away to figure things out, but it already seems like you have many instances of someone that does not want to be around. That's just what I'm getting. And the last thing I'll put together before I pass it over to y'all is Bose and her man Keely. They talk, just about future marriage plans and just maybe whether or not they're going to have a child. Because obviously, first of all, I didn't know Bose is 47. She's always looked great, but she looks great. She's 47. I think she's beautiful. But they talk about their thing. And how do y'all feel about Keely? I'll pass it over to you, Chase, just on everything we just went over. Sutton going to Augusta, only inviting Garcelle and Kyle. Dorit and Bose and PK talk, and then Bose and Keely. What's your thoughts?
That is a standard thing in the Housewives. When they go home, they don't bring the whole group with them. They bring, or just in reality TV, like when Heavenly went back to Miami, she only took Jackie and Simone and so on and so forth. When a lot of people go, like they'll do a quick trip. Remember way back in the day when Nene and Cynthia made a run to New York really quickly, and it was just them and not the other. Like this is something that happens, and so I'm bringing it up now to make it relevant again later on in this particular review that we're doing. Now, there was something that happened. Is this when everybody was FaceTiming each other? So is this when Kathy FaceTime Bowles as well up in this section of the show?
So this is when she actually saw her in person and told her that. Like Bowles and Dorit in this conversation.
No, not Bowles and Dorit, but I know that Kathy FaceTime Bowles. And she was like, "What do you have on, like seashells or something like that?" And
this was either it was right before or in conjunction. I can't remember. Honestly, my Kathy memory is at the end, but it could have been this part too.
Okay. Well, Kathy asked, "Are those seashells that you're wearing, or pearls?" And Bowles had to politely let her know, "No, diva, these are diamonds."
No, that was later on.
Okay, I'm sorry.
That was at the lunch, and that was later on. Yeah.
We'll wait. But she said, "No, diva, these are diamonds." Okay, we'll wait. Yeah. As far as Keely is concerned, it's not giving forever for me. I don't know. It's something about it is giving fun.
Who?
But you, Bose, right? Yeah, something about it is giving fun. I don't know if it's her forever man. Like I just see something a little bit different for her. But people these days and for a very long time have had babies with just fun, so they want to have a baby, more power to them and all of that stuff. I don't really have a strong opinion on it just yet. He hasn't done anything to me to make me feel like wildly concerned about him. And Bose and Dorit, those are the scenes that I wish I could fast forward through because that still it just is not. I just don't like anything about the friendship. I don't like them.
Okay. Okay. Love.
Yeah, I do agree. It wasn't too out of the ordinary for just the three of them to go, but for it to be Kyle. I think just the timeline of the episode probably made it seem a little bit off because Sutton was just at her neck like the very scene before.
But one thing Sutton's gonna always do is
It's not
kiss that Kyle Richards ring, and y'all know it. No matter how much hell she gives her on the way to it, she's gonna figure out a way to make amends with her. You know what I mean? So
yeah, that
whatever.
irritates my spirit. That might, yeah, she probably just wakes up the next day like Kyle's fine, like nothing ever happened. I see Sutton be making me mad when it comes to Sutton makes me mad when it comes to Kyle, but I digress. I am looking forward to see Sutton's mom just read them down for filth and make everyone so uncomfortable.
You looking forward to that?
I
I'm
don't know about
so
that.
looking forward to it because there's nothing you can do about it now. I don't know about the whole. I don't know. You ain't gonna say nothing about my kid being weird. I'd have
We're
to.
gonna talk about that. We'll get to that.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
I got some stuff
Okay.
to say about that myself.
I agree. Anything with Bose and Dorit in the same scene, I almost fast forwarded, but I've already got my one off earlier. So I was like, oh, I can't do it again. So I kept it going. I don't like anything about it, but I have the grace for it because I know she doesn't know what we know. If you know what I know, you know what I'm saying? So it's one of those things. I give it grace. I don't like it. I'm an eye at season 2 though. I don't see that friendship lasting, but I digress. Dorit is such an open book regardless, but the way she is just
Trauma dumping.
so
I was gonna say, to
about
me, honestly, it's just like every conversation with them is like it's just trauma dumping. Like, and it's
too
the
much.
same thing. It's the re-talking, and it's Bo's going, "Oh, girl, oh no,
Oh,
like
no.
it's just like that's not even interesting to watch. It's so one-sided. I can't get into it. I would like to see them actually go and do something. I want to see like a real friendship, and you can't tell me that y'all built a friendship from her just coming to you telling you all the things going on all things going wrong in her current marriage. Like that doesn't make sense. You don't get close people like that. There's no way that Bo's someone who is like this corporate leader, whatever, and can gauge all the like. There's no way you tell me you close. You can't. You can't.
It doesn't.
I'm so disappointed.
And I could see if they both were going through a divorce this moment right now, but it's just like, where is the connection? It's starting to get kind of like, what is the connection?
Has she
And
asked about Keely? What is his name?
the viewers don't care about the marriage enough for us to go into this much. We wanted this much detail and vulnerability when it came to Mo and Kyle. We wanted Kyle to have a sit down and one-on-one with the Dorits and the Erikas. Like, girl, he hasn't came home again overnight and he hasn't picked up his phone. This is what we care more. We've seen the little Porsche be on the little car when she was 5 and now she's driving a real Porsche. We are invested, like Chase is saying, in certain marriages. We don't care about and Dorit's panties.
Well, no, let me be clear. There are people who do care. I'm just not one of them, but there are people who do, you know what I'm saying? There are people who do care because people like the PK or they like PK and Dorit. They may not have liked Dorit, but they like PK and Dorit together. You get what I'm saying? Because PK did bring out a different side of Dorit when they were together. He did. He brought out some fun up to her. You know what I mean? She's like, well, baby, you know, and he was more like jovial. You know what I mean? So I think that the fact that she's willing to give it, that's one thing. I just have never seen her get it. And what that means is I don't recall her asking her about, maybe she did. I know that she's opened up about her, Bose being opened up about her relationship, but I don't know if it was because Dorit genuinely asked and wanted to know, or if they were just sharing in a moment. And so she said, well, me and my man are going through this. I can't remember how it came about, but we don't get a lot of scenes regardless. If that was the case, that Dorit did ask Bose, that was the one time she did it. In every episode, we get another trauma dump from Dorit onto
every
Bose.
Scene.
And let me turn on Chase Luther King really quick because we got to move on. But Chase Luther King feel like this, okay? Chase Luther King feels like this. It is mighty convenient that a white woman or whatever she is, right? Because I don't know if she white, I don't know what she, I don't
Right.
know what, right, but
Yeah.
that woman who has been accused of those things, when she sees a black woman, trauma dumps on her, and it's triggering in a sense. And I'm gonna just bring this up. It's triggering in a sense that the way that the white woman used to treat her maid. It's triggering in a sense that a white woman hired a black woman. It's just triggering in a sense that it's so one-sided that that is another reason why I can't full-fledgedly get behind it, because we have not seen it be reciprocal. And
No.
that is the problem I have with that friendship.
And I don't like
Listen,
Boz's boyfriend.
Oh,
you don't like Healy.
I don't like
why
him.
don't y'all like him?
I'll tell you
I
why.
don't dislike him. I don't. I mean, I don't know. I just feel like
I
her
got weird vibes.
her expectation is, it doesn't seem like that's right there. Like, he seems fun and there's a tension there, but it sounds like she's ready for like the long road, and he's just like, I'm just here to have fun, and that's okay. But I don't dislike him. I mean,
I didn't like the beach when he was just like, I mean, I appreciate you letting me do things in my time. I said, what the hell did you just say? Aren't y'all talking about babies? She's 48 years old. What do you mean in your time?
Shit is giving Walter. It does. I will say,
I don't like it.
shout out to Kenya Moore and Walter, because lately, because of her,
The blueprint.
we able to spot a lot of these paid relationships.
I won't say it's paid relationship. It don't give me Kenya Moore and Walter. It's giving me Kenya Moore and what was her husband name with the earring?
Mark?
Mark.
The reason why I say Mark, not with his temperament, but I always felt that Mark preyed on Kenya Moore, knowing that she wanted a baby. He got married knowing she wanted to get married, and his plan was to give her that baby, get out, and get half of her money. And that's just how I always felt about it.
Yeah, I don't like there's something about him that's real not connecting as far as the seriousness that she's displaying, which it's coming across that she's genuine. Like, I want another baby. I want to be in love. I like this guy. It's not, it's hard to find love in your late 40s in LA. Trust me. Like, I'm enjoying it. He's my man, my man, my man. Like, she gushes about him. We're in our honeymoon phase. And then here he comes like, yeah, whatever. Yeah, if I didn't mean it, I'd still say it. Like, you're sarcastic and weird too. And she doesn't laugh sometimes. I'm like, I don't know about you.
Well, next week we will see next week, because it looks like in next week's preview she says that they never even say they love each other. So we'll see more about that. That's very telling. We'll talk about that more then. Let's move on. Another relationship that's very like, oh my god, this is cringy to watch. We get a quick scene of Kyle and Mauricio. They're at the gun range. She want to start protecting herself and things like that. And the only thing that they have to talk about is his new fridge and him eating canned soup. That is where their relationship is right now. And so, she kind of talks about living in their home. Meanwhile, she feels a way that he's moved out and has all these new things, but she's still left in the home that the family was all living in or whatever. So, they reminisce. She kind of reminisces on moments together. And she kind of, starts crying, and he consoles her a little bit. But I mean, he's just checked out. He's just as checked out too. These things are just kind of cringy, because it's like you have this person that clearly they want a certain reaction, and they're just not really getting, a reaction. And it's not, Dorit said the psychic was right. He will never emotionally feel.
And when the kids get grown, what he gonna do? Get on. She told him.
That's so sad. I felt bad for Kyle looking at the scenes, from their past, but it's just like, girl, at this rate, listen, you are a wealthy lady, baby. Just do what you gotta do. Your kids grown, start living your life. Just live.
The thing about Kyle is, and I don't know if anybody's said this, but I'm now looking at everything and how she consistently continues to embarrass herself every week on television in these scenes with Mauricio. It gives me that what she wanted was her cake and eat it too. She loves the institution of marriage, and so she would have never left Mauricio. What she would have ideally wanted was for them to stay in the same house. You know what I mean? For them to keep the marriage, they could stay in separate rooms. I almost said something that was very vulgar. I'm not going to say that. She allegedly has her they them with Morgan Wade or whatever lady Morgan and Mauricio. What's her name? Morgan what?
I don't know. Morgan Janae. I don't know.
Morgan something.
Why Morgan?
Morgan, boot cut Morgan.
I don't know.
Right. Boot cut Morgan. You know what I mean?
Morgan
So-
Freeman, Morgan something, Morgan.
But she want to be with Morgan, and she still want to be married. She don't have to do nothing with him, but she just wants it for the public perception and public image, and that has also been a great deal of her identity. So while she recognizes they are no longer in love, she recognizes that they still have a love. And I think that for her, if we never found out that they weren't together and she could have creeped on the low with her women's, that's what she would be doing. That's what I feel.
Yeah, I don't. So I feel bad just off the basis of it, but seeing Kyle last year gloat around with that lady, it's just kind of like, well, maybe she thought things would change, and maybe like somebody said in the chat, he would switch up how he felt, and then it would reverse time, but it didn't. And that's just what it is. So I just think, like I said, she's not an unattractive woman. I don't find her to be attractive, but somebody would. She's wealthy. She could easily go out and do what she want to do, have fun.
She doing it.
Well, she is. She was doing it. So continue to do it. It's kind of how I feel. You have any thoughts on this, love?
She could do the splits.
Yeah.
Girl, let's move on.
Okay, let's move on. All right. So they go to Augusta. They go to Augusta. They meet Reba. We've seen Reba before. She came to Sutton. She filmed with Sutton a long time ago. I actually forgot about this scene.
I forgot about it.
Reminded me of how you remember Sutton was so her face was so full when she was early on, her first season or two, I think it was. But she still looked the same, but her face was so much more pie face. I was like, oh, Sutton. That was Lil Sut. This is then we had Sut. Now we got Big Sut. So Lil Sut was still looking good. Right. We see the house. The house is nice. It is a very nice house, actually. And we meet her mom, Reba. Her mom is 82. And Garcelle goes over to her, and she's like, "Hey, how you doing?" And she speaks to her. She speaks to Kyle. I said, "Oh my God, Kyle, you're so pretty." And Garcelle's like, "She didn't tell me I was pretty." And I'm just like,
"Cause you're black."
So Garcelle gives her a gift, and she's like, "Is this a prank? A gift? What is this?" So she opens the gift. And she's like, a scarf? What am I going to do? Wipe my ass with this? I don't know. She didn't really give a damn about that damn
scarf. Because
you're black. She was not impressed. Let's just say that. And so, Reba her mom talks more about how, what's his name was weird?
The oldest son.
The oldest son was weird. And so Garcelle was like, that's okay. My son's weird too. She's like, oh, I know. I heard about your son.
What you heard about my baby? What? I said, excuse me, what?
Oh, it's just really weird energy. And so I'll put this with the lunch scene because it's in the same area. So, they basically, she goes and does her thing. They separate, they go to lunch. And at lunch, Garcelle kind of tells her that she feels like Sutton and her mom are kind of similar. She says that she doesn't know her mom, but she says that her mom kind of has maybe a tough love, type thing. But she says she also sees that in Sutton. And I could actually agree. I see a lot of similarities. I see a lot of similarities between her and her mom. I'm not going to lie. And I like Sutton, but I see that being her child. I'll say that. Now, she is softer in some ways, but she is still quite firm in some ways too, I think, based off what I see in the show. So apparently Garcelle told Erika before this that, she had been invited, her and Kyle had been invited to Augusta. And, Sutton is just I don't know why she would feel away because me and Erika, we kind of go back and forth. So why would I invite her? Basically she wanted to be more of a personal thing. And she felt more comfortable with inviting Garcelle and Kyle. Then she talks more about her mom. When she came to the store, her mom was not as supportive. Her mom was like, girl, what else is going on? I don't give a damn about this damn store. But Sutton is basically says she wants respect from her mom. And the fact that when she was divorced, she was more concerned about how she was going to fund her life, than her own daughter, when how she felt and how she was feeling after being divorced. So Garcelle says that she gonna take it upon herself to talk to Reba. And I'm just like, oh. I'm like, oh my God. So I'll stop there and I'll start with you, Love. What are your thoughts on either of those scenes, all things Reba, Garcelle gonna be talking to Reba, and just how Garcelle kind of made the comparison between Sutton and her mom, Reba. What's your thoughts?
I like Reba all the way up until that remark about Garcelle's son. I'd have to cut the cameras. Like, all right, look, I was on your side, but don't talk about my kids like that. I do like her because she's just like Sutton. It's bad timing, no social cues, inappropriate, don't care, no apology following the offense, just like Sutton. So it was like a mirror, really. I was like, oh my God, I could totally see that. I also think she is a bit like Big Kathy, probably, as far as like, I just want to follow the money. So I see why she probably favors and sides with Christian as far as like back then. But I am a little confused now with your daughter getting $300,000 a month in spousal support. Like that energy is weird now. So, I mean, damn, Sutton being like, I don't think my mom likes me. I don't know yet. She may be right. I don't know, but we'll see. I don't know. But I guess I enjoy it for the TV. It's good. It's going to be refreshing because it's going to be uncomfortable. Kyle being there, I don't know. I feel like Kyle feels like she's out of place, but I digress. And what was the second thing after Reba, Tez? The last thing, the luncheon, right?
About Garcelle making it, her means to speak to Reba about the relationship. Like she wants to.
I hate moments like this where it's just for TV. Garcelle knows good and damn well she don't want to talk to that girl mama at all.
I'm gonna have to beg to differ there. She definitely wants to talk to her because she thinks this is still a view. Remember, she went and sought out the alleged victim of Nicki Minaj's husband on the what is it called? The Real, right? Am I right? She went and sought that interview out and did that interview. She thinks that she's Barbara Walters, and you know what? Here's what I got to say, because you cannot read the room. She looked at your gift like it was crazy because you black. She said that your son was crazy, and I heard about him. Only thing she heard was her son was black. Now he weird. When you gave the gift to her, it was cold. It was a frosty reception. She called everybody else in the room cute. I mean, she looked at you and she looked at Kyle Richards and said that Kyle Richards was the cute one because you black and you're not understanding. You're not reading a room, and you're doing what Garcelle has a tendency to do, which is stick her nose in situations and where it does not belong. And I say to that, a hard head makes a soft behind. Let her carry her ass on down there and get what she get. And whatever she get is well deserved because you did not read the room. Oh no! Matter of fact, she read the room. She was looking like, well, who is this lady talking to?
She read
the room, and she still.
I like you've been insulted. I think it's just for TV. You know
it's
that
not for TV. That's Garcelle to the core of her.
Girl.
Yeah, she was able to acknowledge all of what was happening in the moment.
Yeah,
I mean,
she knows live,
so it's just like
she's an investigative journalist.
Well,
that's what she wants to do.
This is where I say, like, Garcelle and her producing hat, she's kind of stepped into that role over the last like 2 or 3 years, and this is where it goes like kind of overkill. It's kind of like earlier when she made the comment about asking was Dorit okay, knowing damn well she don't care about Dorit, and in this case, like, yes, she cares about Sutton, but damn well this lady's mom already is known to be kind of like not the best, nicest person to try to get to, on a conversation. She already said she's gonna use your scarf to wipe her ass at night. She said that she said, all these things, like you said, she wasn't.
Would have said that to me. Cortez said, "You better wipe your ass with it and not wring your neck with it." Who are you talking? Get me out of here.
Get me out of here.
Not get me out of here.
Right now.
Mike, I'm scared.
Cortez, what were the other 2 points? There was one more I wanted to mention, not one, but another one. I can't remember.
About the lady saying that, like, why they weren't invited. Well, we hadn't got to that part. It's just that Garcelle talking to Erika about it, and then Sutton kind of explaining why she didn't invite Erika, and also just Garcelle saying that her mom were alike. That's all that happened here.
I don't know if her and Big Sutter are alike, because the reason why I say I don't know if her and Big Sutter are alike is because Mama Reba knows what she's doing. She's fully aware that she's making everyone uncomfortable. She called her grandchild weird. I would have said to tape one and no one, you old battle axe. She was doing just a lot. The only person she liked was Kyle because she is attached to people from status. She knows the means in which she raised her child was not necessarily the means in which her child married into. So she never had respect for her child, which you think most mothers would be, oh my God, I'm so tired of being in the poorhouse. Now I can be happy that my child has married up. She wasn't impressed at the fact that Sutton married up. She was impressed by the fact that Sutton married a man with that much wealth. And that's how she looked at it. So her heart and her eyes and her pockets are attached to where the wealth is. I know you brought up, Love, that she had like $300,000 a month or whatever she gets, right? Imagine if that man could give her $300,000 a month. Imagine how much money he got.
Oh, disgusting.
So Reba ain't think about that 300,000. She think about how you messed the bag up for everybody with Christian by not sitting down, shutting up, doing what you was told, cooking, cleaning, and being a good wife like I would have been to the man. Like that's pretty much what it is. I move out the way you don't want to do it, I'll do it.
Okay.
Messing up the bag.
That's
and
a
she
good
is
man.
never. That's what I really feel like it's about. Go ahead. Like how Mama Joyce used to be with Candy in her bag. No, nobody come between me and my baby in our bag, right? And she kind of probably, I feel like she probably does blame Sutton for the dissolution of that marriage when Sutton has told us that man was horrible to her.
And Sutton probably don't help her out, to be honest with you. It sounds like they don't have the best relationship. She probably
Sutton help her out.
For all we know, we don't know what Sutton do. Sutton got all that money to help her. She probably like, I'm good off you. The house is cute.
I think that Sutton helps her and pays all those bills, but I think that, Sutton ain't got money like her husband had money, and that's going to always bother her mama.
Yeah. But at this rate, lady, you 82, you about to come on now. I mean, you got everything you need. I'm pretty sure. I don't think it's nothing that she would want that she could actually do at where she at. I'm just saying. Please. Reba McEntire, who's not, please.
Reba McEntire.
Okay, Reba McEntire, please.
Ooh, I don't like spraying nobody, mama, but that Reba right there, ooh.
That Reba right there.
Immediately. Ooh, get her.
All right, so to get to the final scene right here. So this was because they were going back and forth to the lunch in this, but I wanted to put all this together because this is where we see Dorit, Erika, Bose, and Kathy. These are all the rejects that were not invited to Augusta. I'm just gonna say they were not invited to Augusta, so they said we'll get together because they all secretly felt like they should be there. I don't know why they feel like they should be there. I don't think they should feel that way, especially with something that's so like close and so to home with this. But nonetheless, whatever. They all sit together and they don't understand why they weren't invited. And I'm just like, Dorit, please. Erika, please. Bose, please. Like Kathy, I don't know, but still, Kathy, no. It is what it is.
It was a reach.
Huh?
It was a reach.
Yeah, I don't think anybody at this table should just be wondering. Like, they should just been like happy she's going home. It shouldn't have been looked at as like a malicious thing. Like, why weren't we invited? Like, girl, they
don't even like her.
That's what I'm saying. They don't really like her. So it's kind of like, I don't really know why y'all want to be there. But anyway, something so personal. So, Erika's like, well, I don't know why she didn't invite me. I'm from the South. I'm from near Georgia. Why would I be there? I'm a Southern girl. I'm like, girl, please. Kathy finds out that she is part Chinese, and everybody's confused. Both everybody's confused as
that pissed me off. Kathy just be saying stuff.
Kathy just be talking and pulling her tracks out. Everything like that.
Yes. Like,
Both gives a toast, and she says she would much rather be there than in Augusta. And I'm like, see, this is what I don't like. Because why you got to give all that? Like, Bose, you don't even talk to Sutton for real. The one time you spoke to Sutton was when you told her that she was
What
weaponizing.
was the word? Weaponizing.
Weaponizing.
Yes.
And it's like Bose, honestly, and I'm not gonna lie to you, the sidebar, Bose really has not given somewhat Garcelle. She has not given Kyle or Sutton the opportunity to get to know them. I don't think that they've done anything crazy to her, but I can honestly say right now, she is not giving them the opportunity.
She picked a side and she stayed there. She
She
got the
picked a side,
trauma.
and I was trying to, say that she was not like Anna Marie Annabelle from last year, but she did the exact same thing. It's just not Kyle, it's Dorit. She did the exact same thing. I can say that now. But anyway, Bose gives her a toast. And so then after that, she gives a toast. She turns to Kathy and she's just like, I want to know, like your sister is just so cold. She's talking about Kyle. I'm like, oh God. And so, basically saying that she hasn't got a chance to really get to know her because she feels like she's so quiet, she's so cold, she shuts her out. Kathy says that, she kind of comes to her defense and says she's been going through some things. But basically, I stay out of their business. I tread lightly. I don't get too involved. I think this is Kathy's way of saying, listen, I learned my lesson. I ain't gonna get out in this. At least not on camera anyway, because I'm pretty sure Kathy has definitely had some things to say in the past. I'm pretty sure she does not like Mauricio. I get that.
She don't.
She does not. But I think in this moment, she saved face and she gave a good pageant answer. But she says that, listen, if Kyle, because of Kyle's sign, if you needed something, she will be there for you. In other words, like, you may be getting this, but this is how she actually is like the opposite. You kind of don't know her. So then from this moment, I don't even know how the hell Dorit started talking about PK, but it just changed from, Kyle and Augusta to PK. And at least maybe I turned away for 2 seconds and we were already talking about PK. So she's talking about PK. And then, Kathy's like, oh, I love PJ. And I'm like, exactly, Kathy. Like, no one cares about PK or PJ. So can we move on? But then Dorit talks about how she's been very protective of her marriage and her, of PK, not PJ. I almost said it. And so Kathy's like, but he's a good father, right? And she's like, you're wrong. No, he's a bad father. He ain't shit.
I was gagged.
You said what?
I was gagged. I was like, oh.
I did think she was gonna be like, he's a great father. He said, no, he ain't good. So she talks about how he's not hands-on. She talks about basically he's now 56, and Kathy was like, well, I thought he was 56 when I met him, all this long time ago. I'm like, damn, that's a shade. I mean, there's no strength. He never really looked younger in my opinion. But Dorit talks about this long note that she got, and basically where he says that she's gonna have to start paying the mortgage and the bills associated with it. And so Erika's like, okay, what are you holding on to at this moment? Like, what is going on? Because you say that you are separated, but it's given divorce, sweetie. Like, what is happening? And so she says that she don't think that he wants to still be married. And she's like, well, what are you waiting on? So Dorit is like, honestly, maybe I'm just an idiot. I'm like behind the screen, like, yes, you are. You are. Yes.
They're like, oh, girl.
So then they bring up this whole thing in California, which I didn't know as a California resident. I need to find me somebody for 10 years. But apparently, if you divorce before 10 years, or if you wait after 10 years, you're owed like guaranteed spousal support, and you have to go half to half and everything. So basically, there's not like straight down the middle. So listen, I'm telling you right now, when I get married, I'm trying to get married here in California. I need to, because it sounds like a good plan. Hopefully, we make it 10 years. We will. Anyway, Erika, puts her foot down and she gets very honest with her. And she's just like, okay, listen, you got to protect yourself. I didn't protect myself. I was stupid. I was holding on to necklaces and stuff like that. I didn't really say nothing about the victims. I was stupid about what's going on in my life. So with you, let's start with you. Let's make things better. Let's go about this a different way. Protect yourself. Be proactive. And Bose is like, woo, yeah, girl. Woo, yeah, girl. Bose ain't never going to say nothing but, woo, yeah, girl. Like she just some pastor. And so the final question of this is Dorit saying, well, like, don't you think I want to be sure, but, I don't want to go back. And Erika says, he doesn't want you back. He don't want you, baby. And boom. And I was like, oh, you know what, Erika, that was some tough, hard thing to say, but it was the truth. And honestly, we've been saying it for about 2, 3 years now
Yes.
on this platform. I feel like somebody has definitely said he don't want you. We said it to Kyle. I think she's finally finding out, and I don't know. Honestly, I think Dorit knows that, but that comment of her possibly going back is just crazy. So I'll stop there. What are your thoughts, Chase?
Listen, we are the He Don't Want You Brigade. That's what the t-shirts we need to get on the lean is He Don't Want You. We told Lisa in Miami, He don't want you.
Yes, baby.
We told her
We
that.
did. No, we definitely told her that. My God,
Baby, wait. Oh God, we was just on her ass about it.
we was shaking Lisa like Lisa, Lisa. He don't want
Listen,
you.
Lisa, and she was just like, I love him. It was emotional. I love him, but I love him. And we have told Kyle he don't want you. He don't want you, and she's like, I'm gonna go bowling with him next week. He don't want you. Now I feel like it's mighty funny. Let's clock a little T, girls. Let's clock a little T for fam in the group chat. Let's clock a little T because
Come on, chat.
if that were Sutton who said the same thing to Dorit, what would Dorit have responded to Erika Jane and said? How dare you weaponize this against me? Now is not the time. Now is not the place. She got it from a source that she actually what? Likes.
Yeah.
Ergo, why are you I almost said the B word. Why are you whining and moaning and complaining about not being invited to Augusta when you do not like that woman? Because that woman told you the real, and the real was you need to get in front of it and tell your children before I do. You see what I'm saying? So now we get to this table and someone is being very blunt, very honest, very helpful in the same ways. One thing I feel like about women, no matter what happens with women, they rally around certain things. So no matter what I've always seen on these shows, at least the women on these shows, how about that? I may not like you, but when it gets time for you to get a divorce, I'm gonna let you know because I've been through a divorce too. This is what can happen. So be aware of these things, right? And so when Sutton was giving her that advice or whatever it was, she didn't receive it and she made excuses as to why she could not receive it on behalf of Sutton. She let other people like Bose pick up that bone and run with it as well. And then she gets to a table and another person who she actually does like lets her know the same thing that Sutton and everybody else would have told her too. She just was only willing to receive it from Erika because she actually likes her. Erika wasn't wrong, but neither was Sutton in the moment either. I just wanted to point that out. And so she definitely needed to know that. I did want to just bring up about the necklaces. Some people felt like it was a microaggression. And here's what I don't know if
okay. About the
Kathy calling them shells and then being gagged was a microaggression because Kathy is the great pretender, and I don't feel like this personality is a true Kathy after watching her on Paris Hilton's reality show on Peacock. That's more of the real Kathy Hilton than the one we get on Beverly Hills. But now people are starting to say, based off of these scenes and just looking over her history on the show, and I wanted to ask you guys what you thought about it, that people are starting to feel like maybe she may be showing signs of early onset dementia.
Kathy. You know, she's so random. She's so like, I don't think, it's one thing to be kooky, but baby, she is just on a whole different planet. So so if she had dementia or something like that, I don't think we would know because we would think she just being herself.
Exactly.
That's the thing. I don't know. I really don't know.
That is true. Damn, I don't know. That's interesting though.
It could be. I don't know.
But yeah, I just wanted to ask that. But other than that, I just find it interesting that she was willing to receive it from a source that she likes. And then they're sitting there complaining about not being invited to somebody's mama house. Not even my house. You want to come to my mama house and you don't like me? I barely be letting y'all in here to film. And every time you get ready to open your mouth, I cut you off. And now you hollering about you can't come to my mama house? Girl, please stop, okay?
Cut you off.
Love.
She do cut her off. She can't stand her. This is probably my favorite scene of Erika Jane, like top 3. This is going to go down as one of, it's rare when there is a moment with a housewife where I agree with every single thing that comes out of her mouth for a good 3 minutes straight. I agree with every single thing Erika said. And I got scared. I was spooked. I was spooked and nervous. I was shocked. She ate that all the way down to the point where Dorit couldn't even say nothing. She even shut up her questioning herself. Well, I don't know. Do I want it to be over? It doesn't matter what you think. He's done with you. Like, she just answered anything she asked for herself. So I was like, bravo. It's still not going to matter. Dorit's still going to try and do things after. But at least Erika got that moment across. So I loved it. I absolutely loved it. I'm glad that happened in the end, because if not, I was going to be like, what are they really doing in this sit down? It's the matchup is just random. Like, everybody put together was kind of just random. I don't know, like, if they pick and choose, like, was Jennifer Tilly even in this episode?
No, and Jennifer Tilly would have been at the damn house if anybody. And this really quickly, love, also think about it. Sutton had already brought home one black woman. You thought her mom was going to let two black women roll up in there? Absolutely not.
Yeah.
So both can give it up.
That is true. She has to go.
The way she looked at her, say, I don't know.
Baby. But other than that, actually, no, I was thinking about Jennifer Tilly last episode when she bought her that toaster. Never mind. She didn't have any type of cameo this season. Look, I think PK's done. He's been done. I agree. We see it from a mile away. The writing is all over the wall. Dorit, run, girl, run. You really ain't got to do that much. I believe her when she's like, if I got to go to war, I will. I only believe her saying that because, she has all the allegedly evidence of any type of infidelity, text messages. He hasn't called for weeks. She's hired a private investigator. It was probably me. She probably called my line. Who knows what I know, allegedly. I live out here.
I'm weak.
And if I was Sutton, if I was Dorit, I would actually try to get the divorce before 10 years because, split half of what with PK? His alleged gambling debts?
Hopefully she can keep the house.
Exactly. So yeah, let me just get this divorce real quick.
They kept the same house, right? There's never a time where they moved, or am I tripping?
I don't know.
I can't remember.
I think that's that same.
I don't keep up with them like that.
Shows in, and she has the parties in with the big open, spacious backyard. So I'm like, at least she keeping a house.
If I let this caller on, I just want to say I agree with you, Chase. And looking at this video online and the comments, people also agree. That when Sutton saying it, it's kind of a problem, but it kind of, like you said, it kind of comes down to one of those things where people listen to people that they actually like, which further proves why you are not in Augusta, and it's something so personal. I don't know. I honestly didn't even think that anybody would be upset about that because they film individual scenes all the time. Hell, if anything, why wasn't Bose upset that she didn't get invited to Chuck E. Cheese? I'm just saying, like, this is someone's, home, their mother. And someone made a good point in the comments that, if she knows about Garcelle and her son, then she knows everything about the other ladies. And baby, I don't think Sutton can control that mouth. So she probably would have been talking about Erika and Tom and would have been talking about PK because Sutton.
You know what it is?
What?
Her mama watch that show. Sutton don't tell her that too.
That too. She be at home with her little coffee, playing
hate watching because she hate her daughter doing it bigger than she ever could have did it.
That's how she knew one of the sons was bad. Now it all makes sense.
Correct. But we'll see next week what happens. We clearly see that she tells her, I don't think that's any of your business.
It's not.
Honestly, it's really not. So, it's really not. So we'll see. And then we also going to see what's going on between Keely and actually Bose, because Bose they never said they love each other, but she wants to marry him. So we'll see. Now I have 2 callers in the queue, but we only got like 4 to 5 minutes left on here.
30 seconds.
Because we have not 30 seconds. I give more. We have a hard cutoff time because I have to get back to work. So I'm gonna let y'all on, but I got a timer, and when that timer go off, I got to get you off, okay? I'm sorry to rush y'all, but unfortunately, it's a very tight window for today, okay? So
we will cut you off like Sutton cut off Dorit.
Okay,
Cut
listen,
them
I
off.
will do it. But
Yep.
no, I'm gonna let you on first. Hey, Latasha, how are you?
Hi guys,
Hey,
good. How are you?
Latasha.
Hi
We're doing good.
Chase,
How
hi
are
love.
you?
I'm all right. So I'll be quick because I
Ah,
have a few things to say.
Okay, go
being
ahead.
So
black, you get an extra 30 seconds.
yes, I like Reba so far. I feel like with these shows, you get so used to seeing the same stuff over and over. So she's like a shiny new toy, and she's funny. And
I
I
love
wish that she had brought Kathy, because could you imagine Kathy and Reba in a conversation?
it. They would have
It
fought.
would have been great. I also feel like Sutton probably cut off Dorit because I'm sure that she was talking for a long time. So by the time she got to that part, Dorit was like, "No, we got to go." So we were done. Um, I also think that she should probably divorce him first because, according to her, with that letter, she was going to be responsible for the mortgage and everything else. And we know the house is in foreclosure. So I guess he was true with what he was saying, and she just didn't pay the bill. So she should just go ahead and get that divorce.
Mm.
Um, I don't believe much of what she's talking about with the kids. If her kid is 10, does he have it in? Well, I don't know. These kids today, he's probably got 18 profiles on Snapchat, Instagram, all of them. So who knows? He probably did see it there. But this whole thing, she's kind of just dumping on him now. And she did walk back to her comment about him being a bad dad on the after show. And
Oh,
Sutton or Jennifer Tilly said she was out of town. So that's why she didn't go to Augusta with her. Um, but I feel like what everything Erika said is what everybody's been saying. It's what Sutton said. Get a lawyer, do what you got to do.
Protect
But
the
she
kid.
was so offended by it. But now you can sit there and listen and absorb it. Whatever. But yeah, waiting for next week. I think that was all I had to say.
Okay.
There's really not much else. But I'm Team Reba for right now. So we'll see what happens next week down in the South.
Okay. Okay.
But,
Well, thank you for calling.
all
Okay,
right, you guys have a good night.
have a good night. All right. Thank you, Latasha. And thank you
Team
for keeping
Reba.
it short. I hate to rush y'all. It's just because like I
Mm.
have to get back to work soon. So I'm gonna let this last caller on and then we'll get out of here. Hey Lisa, how are you?
How you doing, darling? Hey, Chase. Hey, love.
Hey,
Yes.
Lisa.
Let me be quick. I'm gonna tell you like this right here, baby. If I was God, I would took that scarf and wiped that scarf around that woman neck. Okay.
Mm.
Okay. I understand that you see me that I'm black. Okay. But you don't have to be that rude. Okay. Talking about is this a prank or something? You playing? You gave me a gift. Somebody take the time out and giving you a gift, and you still being rude. Like damn. And she said, I mean, she was more nice to cat, and she more nice to cat than she was to. I'm not understanding. Very. I mean, that's very rude. I mean, that's very rude. In all the sense. I'm gonna tell you like this right here. And then and I can understand Cal and Dewey Coffee. These two women was married to these men for a long time. They had kids, they have family. You be in love like that for a long time, you kind of figure out how can we make it work? How can we keep it going? And I think, and I really did feel for Kyle because I mean, like her moat was right there in the scene, and she just like fell apart. Like this is what happened to us now. And same thing the week. I think at the time when Sutton was telling the week, well, no, I think the week is still hopeful, and she was hopeful. Then her and PK can work it out. And I think I think once I think this, I don't know why she see the white on the wall. He left the therapist yelling, "I want a divorce from you." And I think in her mind, she's still in love with him, and she don't want to go divorce. She want to work it out. See,
Mhm.
can they get back? And I understand it's not gonna be that way. I truly understand. I'm like with Erica, baby, the writing is on the wall. Let it go. But child, I sure did like Bo's attitude with Kathy. Now, baby, these not no sugar shells. These are diamonds, okay? And you can tell they was diamonds, okay? If I'm sitting this close to y'all, it was diamonds, okay? I know the thing just went off, so I'm gonna let y'all
No,
go.
it keep going. I
Have
thought
a
I
good
snapped
day at
it.
work.
It's going off. I'm like, what the hell? Sorry, Lisa. I don't know why I went off again. All right, Lisa, we got to get out of
Yeah.
there, okay? I appreciate you for
I know.
calling.
Have a good day at work, baby. Have a
Bye.
go
All
back
right,
to work.
Lisa.
Make the
Thank
money,
you.
baby.
I'm
Yeah.
trying to make the money so listen, so I can wear some diamonds.
Hmm.
All right, y'all. So we're gonna get out of here. Thank you for calling in, Lisa. Thank you for calling in, Latasha. I really hate to rush you. You know, I love to give y'all as much time as possible, but unfortunately, I do have a release for work, so I have to get to that. But this episode was only mid anyway. I'm sure we will also discuss more next week when Garcelle actually speaks to Reba, her mom. And then we'll see what's going on with Keely too and Bo. So thank you, Love. Thank you, Chase. Thank you,
Thank
Latasha.
you.
Thank you, Lisa. Thank you, Saz, Durga, Priya, Amanda, Art World. Sean was in the chat. Lily Poy, Curtis, Marina. Who else is in here? It was some new names I never seen before. LOL. Okay, come on,
I
LOL.
know. LOL.
Love. They said it was sent you. They were sent here by you, Chase, I believe. You know somebody.
Okay, love. Well, love. Subscribes to No Chaser TV. By
Okay.
the way, we're almost at 1,000 subscribers. So if y'all have it, please help
Listen,
us.
y'all need to go over. If y'all not subscribed to No Chase TV, go and do it today. Get him to get him where he needs to be. Spread the love. His family too. I'm just
So
saying.
I can make some money.
And like I said, if you're watching Atlanta, they're going to be reviewing Real Housewives of Atlanta this season. We would not be, so check it out over there. And also Married to Medicine. Married to Medicine actually is getting really good. I'm actually
It's
going to
really
watch
good,
the
y'all.
first episode this week. I have not watched all season. But I'm not going back to the beginning. I'm starting right
You
here.
got to watch and come on. I asked him. He already said no. So now I'm asking him on. Asking
No,
him on
I'm
camera.
definitely want to come. I want to come on when they be fighting on the beach. You know, I'm a little hood.
Okay. All right.
All right, y'all. We got to go for real. I got to get out of here. Thank y'all for watching tonight. And then we'll see y'all next time, okay? Salt Lake City tomorrow. Good night.